Hi guys, my name is Hannah DeWolf. I did case number 3, independent contractors or employees. So some basic facts of the case that you should know is that there were 120 dancers in Phoenix, Arizona from a strip club called Christie's Cabaret who wanted to sue them for unfair labor practices. A Houston-based law firm, Kennedy and Hodges, took on their case to represent them since they had taken on similar cases before and won those cases. The dancers believed that they were illegally classified as independent contractors when they should have been classified as employees. And lastly, the dancers were seeking to recover overtime and unpaid hourly minimum wages. So for questions number 2 and 3, it was asked, what are the dancers asserting and what about the employers? So the dancers were asserting that they want to be classified as employees because most of the times they end up owing more fees than what they actually made in one night because they have to pay fees to the managers, the DJ, the house staff. So most of the time they end up owing more than what they actually make. And then what about the employers? The dancers were required to sign a contract stating that it would be an independent contract relationship and not an employee-employer relationship. So the employer is stating, they came in knowing this from the beginning, so it shouldn't be a problem now. Okay, so question number 4 asks, what is the difference between working as an employee and working as an independent contractor? So an employee, they get the benefits, the overtime pay, they get their taxes taken out of each check, and they get workers' compensation if they're hurt on the job. Independent contractors, they don't get any of the benefits an employee gets just because they're there to get in, do the job, and get out. It's not an employee-employee relationship at all. Okay, so question number 5 asks what other industries use independent contractors instead of employees. So some examples of that would be cab drivers, just because they're like collecting their own tips. Delivery jobs, which same thing, you're getting tips. The trucking industry, you're not really at one location at one time. You're constantly driving from one location to the next. And then specialized construction, when they have you come in to do a specific job. Okay, so number 6 asks, what are the tax implications and the workers' compensation implications if an individual is classified as an independent contractor instead of an employee? So on the employer side, it kind of benefits them because they don't have to pay into the employer side of Social Security or Medicare. So it ends up saving them money if they classify an individual as a independent contractor instead of an employee. Employees end up having to pay a lot of money come tax time because they don't get that money taken out of their check each time they get paid, so they end up owing a lump sum when they have to file their taxes. And then as far as workers' compensation goes, independent contractors don't get any workers' compensation at all just because they're classified kind of as their own employer and they are an independent contractor for the employer. Okay, so the last question, number 7, asks what is a motion, pre-trial motion, and counter motion. So a motion is an oral or written request made to the court for ruling or an order on a particular point, and this can be made before, during, or after the trial. A pre-trial motion is a preliminary hearing to determine whether there is enough evidence against the defendant to have a trial, and a counter motion is opposing a motion that was filed against you.